Hi everyone, this is not a running video, this is a travel video. I put together some of the footage that I took when we went to the Mahahe 56 up in North Dakota, and this is what I came up with. I filmed mostly on the way to the race. I filmed not very much after the race. This year we decided to take some back roads up to Medora. And we'd never been to Pierre, South Dakota, and that's the capital. So we went there. This is a pretty small town, kind of in the middle of nowhere. So we toured the capital. And we drove past the governor's mansion, and that's about all we did there, and we just kept going on. We decided to drive through 2 Indian reservations and go to this little town called Isabel. I have a friend that grew up there and I've heard stories, so I just kind of wanted to see that little town, so we drove through it. It's a cowboy town, there's not very much there, and yeah, it's interesting. The streets in the town, like where the houses were not paved, they were gravel, so that was kind of interesting. A lot of like the churches, there was a main street with probably 5 churches on it, and some of them weren't in use anymore and kind of run down. And then we continued on up to, our goal that night was to get to Regent, North Dakota, which is another small town. And on the way, we passed the Hugh Glass Memorial. So we thought, oh, why not? We'll go. And Hugh Glass is one of the last of the mountain men. And I have just read a fictionalized account of his life written by Frederick Fikema. He changed his name, his writing name, and now I can't think of what it is, but pretty interesting book about, I think his life was in the mid to late 1800s, and then the Dakotas was kind of a wild place with a lot of soldiers and a lot of Native American Indians in the area. It was kind of funny because we thought that this memorial was just like, you know, maybe a half mile off the road, and it felt like we drove for 5 miles. And we get there and there's just like this little stone monument sort of thing, and we were there a couple minutes and another tourist drove up, and I was just kind of shocked, and I thought it was kind of funny just to see another tourist at this way out of the way memorial. So then we got finished with that, and we made it up to Regent, and that was where we were gonna stay in a hotel called the Enchanted Castle. It has a restaurant and a bar, and my husband said he had the best food of the trip at this place. It has a great big gym for playing basketball in it. You could play a basketball game, and that was kind of the clue. Then we looked at the building and we could tell that it used to be a school, high school or something. The next morning we woke up and we drove on Highway 10, which is called the Enchanted Highway, and it's about 30 miles, and you reach Highway 94, and then you just go west to Medora from there. But the Enchanted Highway is just this picturesque highway. There's a lot of wheat fields. It's a really nice drive. It's pretty quiet, not a lot of traffic, and then every so often there will be these huge iron sculptures. And So we had a fun time stopping at those. My favorite one was the Tin Family. We made it to Medora. We went to the musical. We did a 6-mile hike in Teddy Roosevelt National Park. And I did take a short clip of a buffalo that we had to move out of the way for. We were on this trail and we could see him coming, a big guy coming, and so we both just went up the hill to get out of his way, and I don't even think he looked up the hill at us. And then I ran the race, and then we left Medora and we decided to go to the north unit of the park, and I have some clips of that. Well, we're at the north unit, and these are cannonballs. There's a big one over here. Great big cannonball. And we stopped for coffee, and Jeff kind of tricked me and filmed me without me knowing it. She says the pumps here don't always work. Okay, we're off. Oh. And that's pretty much all the footage I took of the trip. We went to Minot, and then from Minot we went south to Mandan, and I can't think of the other city that's right next to it. And then from there I think we went to Fargo, and then we took Highway 29 down and back home. So hope you enjoy a little bit of footage of our trip, and see you next time.